Hey, this is Isaac Kotek, aka Subaqueous. I'm going to be showing off an instrument rack that I have for free by donation at my site, which is the Djembe. And I've taken recordings of the Djembe drum, and I try to record the different parts of it. So we've got like the bass, slap, tone, as well as kind of barely hitting the side. And I put all those recordings together into these drum racks that are easy to use. Now this one I decided to level up a little bit and make two different versions specifically for different ways of playing back and for taking advantage of the push. Now you can use this without the push and it's awesome. You got lots of different controls here in live. We've got all these different samples if we open it up. So here we have all these different bass samples. So we can get the tone that we're looking for, and we can do that with each one of these. But what I also did on the push, if you see this, which will be similar on, let's say, the Launchpad Pro, Launchpad, things like that, if you have colored LED pads, is I've colored the pads so that we can have different versions. So I can change so they're both bass, but they're different versions, tones, so we can get more combinations out of it. And I slightly pan this left and right to give it a more realistic feel. So that's one, but if we go over to the other instrument, over here in live, we've got the Djembe 64, and it's pretty much a drum rack with a bunch of those samples laid out. So instead of using the macros like we have in the two-hand version here, where we can macro between all the different bass, all the different slap sounds, and so on. In this version, it's just all the samples thrown into a drum rack. Now, if again you use the Launchpad or something similar that has pads out, it can make it pretty easy because you can go into the mode of, if I hit my layout one more time, that's the third time we actually have all the samples here. Which is a very different way of playing, because then I can decide if I'm just playing bass sounds here, or we've got our slap sounds, tone, and so forth. Also can make it easier to record, or if you're coming into Ableton, and I double click to create a pattern, I have all those samples to choose from, so I can do something like choose different bass sounds here. And then I can draw in some different tone sounds if I wanted. Let's play that. And I can move them around a lot easier if I'm in live, or I can play that on the push a lot easier. There's just different use cases and different reasons why I might want one of the two, but I have access to all of them very easily in this for free by donation Ableton Live Pack of the Djembe. I'm super stoked to share this. This drum has a special place in my heart. There's been many a hippie drum circle that I've been a part of with this, but I've also really enjoyed adding a more African drum sound on some of my tracks and having access to the beautiful history and sound of this instrument. And I'm stoked to share it for free by donation. So check out the site. And if you have another instrument you'd like me to check out, try to go out and record and create an instrument rack, or have questions, feel free to comment. I love to see what you all are up to, or if you use this in your own music. And thanks a lot for checking this out.